Everybody, this is Joe Cross, also known as the King of Controversy, and I'm here with a host.
Jennifer Delatorre, nice girl Jen. What's
Nice
going
girls
on?
from where? Nice
Finish
girls
last.
finish last. All right, so we wanted to do this video, probably more me, maybe you, I don't know. Where Jennifer did a video about, I don't know, last year?
Yeah.
And what did you say? I forgot, because a lot of people were happy about it, a lot of people were offended.
Oh, well, I did too. I did who's more successful, who's more likely to be successful in business, single women or married women, which ended up being single women. And then I also did a video that was, you may be sleeping with the enemy, which was your spouse.
Oh, that's a good, I didn't even know that. You're sleeping with the enemy? So I'll give you guys one quick story to give you a reference before we go into talking about it. But, so there was a guy that I worked with. He doesn't follow me anymore. He doesn't pay attention to me anymore. I mean, I literally cut him off. And for any of you guys that don't know this, I unfriend people on a daily. What's up, Lorraine? What's up, Tafinka? So, because once I feel like you're not serious, you waste my time, I'm done. So there was a guy that I was working with. He has a coffee shop. He serves the best Mexican food. He's got beer and wine there. And he was struggling because he had two businesses, one in Willowbrook and one in Hinsdale, okay? And long story short, he finally made a decision to have me help him. And then he's like, but first I need you to do me a favor and go visit my other store because my wife runs that store. And I'm like, okay. So I go meet with the wife, I go tell her everything or whatever. From what after all this, he gets mad at me because he says, why did you go there and tell her this and that? What's up, Gracie? What's Fatiana? I said, you told me to go talk to your wife because you wanted me to help both stores, but you said she was the deciding factor. Long story short, she was so negative to him. She talked trash about his store all the time and literally basically made, like, discouraged this man to the point where now he blamed me for this problem. And this happens to us a lot, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's the story? You got to have at least one good story about a married couple or somebody that was like they could have made it happen, but because the husband or the wife said, no, it's not going to work, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I can't say one specific one just because there's been so many. But I work with women entrepreneurs, so I'm not going to talk on the side of the husband. But just with women, it's okay to talk to the person you're married to and discuss things and compromise and give and take. But what I find happens a lot with women especially is that because they're so used of mostly being the one in charge of the home, the kids and all of that, and not being the one to go out and have a career of any type or start up a business, they feel like it's not their place in a way to be a little more assertive with their business. And so when it comes to, hey honey, I really think I should invest in this because it's going to help my marketing, it's going to help my brand, it's going to help me get lead, whatever the case may be, there's always that, well, are you sure? That doesn't make any sense. And now keep in mind, the husband 9 times out of 10 is not an entrepreneur, he's not a business owner, he works. So for you to now convince him and to get him into this entrepreneurial business mindset about investing to make money and all of that is like over the guy's head, no offense. So he's just taking your word for it and all he sees is expense. That's what he sees. And because he kind of was like, nah, she doesn't want to rock the boat now and she'll just be like, oh, forget it, I'll just give up on my dreams or I'll just keep hustling and not making it happen because that's why she seeked help to begin with. And it's unfortunate, and if there was just some more communications, more understanding, some boundaries set up from the get-go, there wouldn't be this issue, but sadly it is.
Well, one of the things that someone said to me yesterday was that, you know, you're lucky because you and Jennifer are both entrepreneurs. I go, well, I guess that would be lucky, but we decided, at least I made sure for sure at a young age when we met 21 and 19 and we've been in business since then and have never done anything else, that I was going to be an entrepreneur, and then she understood why and then started to understand why we should be entrepreneurs and then just jumped on it. But you already wanted to have a business ever since you were a kid. Yeah. I think most people watching this, let's be honest, most people watching this at some point or another, you dreamed about having your own business. And then what ends up happening, you get married, you get comfortable. And to speak not on the behalf of the husband, but on the behalf of for the wife, what I see a lot of business owners, what happens is that the husband is not supportive of the business, or they look at their business as that thing you're doing,
that
like
little hobby,
that little hobby you got going on,
an extra maybe $100 a month if you're lucky, and it keeps her busy. It's fine.
Right. They're not willing to invest in your future. They're not willing to invest in you and believe in you and believe that you know what you're doing, and they don't understand the passion. Sometimes they think you're a little dumb, a little too extreme or whatever. So all I know is that nobody can become successful as an entrepreneur if both parties are not involved in helping and supporting. And just from our group alone, we had people say to us that my husband's very supportive or my wife's very supportive. That's not the same. Either you guys are doing this together, either building an empire together, or you're not.
Yeah.
What do you guys say to that?
Well, I mean, I guess here's what I would say is like, again, you are the person that's involved with the business day in, day out. You joined it for a reason, whatever reason that was, whatever you saw in it, and you've got the vision of where you'd like to take it, how you want it to change your lifestyle and for your family and all of that good stuff. Your husband, on the other hand, or whoever the spouse is that's not an entrepreneur,
we just say husband a lot because we get a lot of husbands.
They don't see that because they're not in the field like you are day in, day out. So I think of it too as just, let's just say you're with someone who's a musician trying to get their career and be famous and blah, 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 whatever. Every time they come to you about something, you're going to look at it as like, is that really going to help us make money? Is that really going to help us support our family? No, it's not. And you're going to crush on that person's dream because you're not in there trying to make the dream work or involved with everything. So there's a lack of knowledge and information. And so that's why they don't get it.
There's nothing more painful when the person that you're supposed to be with forever doesn't believe in your ideas, your dreams, your whatever that is. That's very painful, and there's nothing we can do about that. But we at one point we were only marketing to single women. That's it, because we kept bumping into the wall that every time the wife was excited, the husband's like, because again they look at the business as, that inconvenience thing that you do, that thing you're constantly doing,
you've been doing for a year, and you barely have anything to show for
that photography business you're trying to get rolling, you're doing that still. I mean, even me and Jennifer have had success and we've had failures in business. And one of the things, even family members have told us, well, maybe it's time for you guys to think about getting a real job. Maybe you need to just stay at the job and not have to worry about what I'm going to do, because we've chose entrepreneurship for one reason, and that's freedom. And I think if anything you're going to pass to your spouse and get them to see long term is that, when you work at a job, we all know this, it's limited to how much you can work. You can be fired anytime, but there's no security there. If you want security, go to prison. At the end of the day, what they need to realize is that you're doing this for the future, for your children's legacy. And you cannot call yourself a man unless you take care of your children's children. I'm going to say that again. You can't call yourself a man or a woman unless you take care of your children's children. You need to leave a legacy. It's not about what we do right now at this moment. It's what we do forever.
Right.
Forever. You guys are supposed to be building something forever. So there's no fear. There's no risk, and when it comes to money, just understand this. We spend money, we blow it, we make it, we lose it, we do all of this stuff with money, but we'll never run out. So I don't understand the fear.
Yeah.
Anything else you can say about that?
All I can say is this, and maybe I'll go ahead and share that past video I did, single versus married women, and because there was a few things that I talked about there that I would like to share again. But get some better communication with your spouse who's not an entrepreneur.
Hashtag relationship goals.
And really discuss what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it,
Hashtag
the vision you see. Because I think when they just don't get it, but you're all involved and hyped up and motivated,
you got to get them involved.
Don't see it. Yeah,
you got to get them involved.
You got to get them involved to a certain point.
Yeah, you got. But I think they'll be more excited about your business if
they're
get them involved in the decisions and coming up with the creative part of the business and having fun with the business instead of making this a big stressful burden.
Don't ask them business advice, because then you'll just go downhill because they don't have any business advice. But if you're like, hey, does this logo look better? Just simple little things to know that you do care about their opinion, and this is a team. But I will say, the number one reason why a woman will not sign on to work with me privately is because they couldn't get their funds approved by...
Did you say funds approved?
Now
we have a chat. We have a chat going on, and I said something in the group, and it started a little controversy. I just said, "Hey, is your husband or wife supportive in our coaching group?" And of course, the answers were simple. There was, "Oh yeah, they're very supportive." It's not the same as doing the business together. And then second, one of the people in there, Christine, said, "Well, that's because we're single and we don't have to ask for permission." So now there's a question of, does the wife or husband have to ask permission to do anything? Because see, then that's not a business team. That's not a business relationship. That's like, hey, you're doing your thing and you have to ask me permission every time you want to make a next move in your thing. And you're never going to get to the next level unless you change. And they're never going to see that. So until you get them more involved, just understand that they're not going to be 100% supportive. And the only thing I can say to that is do it anyways.
Yeah, because then otherwise the only thing you can really do is ask yourself, do you continue building it or just
quit? because that's what they want you to do.
Call it a day, because is it going to always be this stressful, can't make your business work because somebody keeps stepping on it? I don't know.
And it's really hard to build a business when you're trying to do it, right, and then someone in your ear all the time, are you going to do that again? Well, you remember what happened last time. It's like, shut up, man. We only get one chance at this life. What are we going to do with it? You only get one. You don't get a do-over unless you're weirdos that believe in the reincarnation. And even then, how many times you got to be reincarnated before you finally make a decision?
And you may not come back as a person, so you're not going to build a business. You might be
the most successful mouse that I've ever met. I think his name's Mickey. Anyway, so just play it. I just hope you guys got this from the video. We want it to be a little controversial because we hate to see people not succeed because of the other person not support them. And I tell people, you point out the biggest skeptic and I'll make him a believer. If your husband doesn't believe you, call me. If your wife doesn't believe it, have her call me. If your mom don't believe it, have her call me. Your grandma don't believe it, have your grandma call me. I don't care. Give me all the skeptics. All the skeptics. What's up, Mickey? What's up, Kim?
What's up?
So I hope you guys learn from the message, man. You guys got married or you're together for a reason. Build an empire and stop BSing around. Support each other. And you're not always going to make smart decisions. Sometimes you're going to make some stupid ones. Who cares? Me and Jennifer right now are rolling out a video called the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. She came up with it. Learn from the lows and run with the highs. Enjoy the highs. So we're going to talk about it because this is a constant thing that we see. So I hope you guys got from it. You know me, if you continue to follow the masses, you continue to be broke asses. Work your way to the top because the bottom's too crowded. And I don't know if she has a signature. Do you have a signature?
No.
Sign off?
I don't. Bye,
Hey, stop being a nice girl or you're going to end up like Felicia.